Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, unfortunately today I have to report on a very tragic accident at one of the largest tourist attractions here in Australia. No matter where you go into cities, even for instance New York City, or you head down into Mexico, you head to Alaska, and here in Australia, if you head to the Gold Coast, well, you're going to see the helicopter tours out there. And one of the most popular is up near Brisbane on the Gold Coast at SeaWorld, one of the most popular tourist attractions in Australia altogether. Unfortunately, yesterday we saw a helicopter was taking off, and as it took off, it was directly headed towards another SeaWorld helicopter that was landing at the time at another landing location. Unfortunately, the two collided together, went down. There were 13 people involved. 6 were brought to hospital and are being looked after, some very serious injuries. 3 people were not injured and did not need hospital. Well, they were slightly injured, but did not need hospital attention. But unfortunately, 4 of the passengers did pass away and were pronounced gone at the scene by rescue workers. Apparently both helicopters were owned by SeaWorld. I'm hearing that the chief pilot was one of the ones involved in the crash at SeaWorld. It's unsure what happened, but there will be a huge investigation. It's not sure if they both hit the exact blind spot at just the wrong moment where they each could not see each other, but it was horrifying for many people, because that area and SeaWorld, they have a place to go grab lunch and picnic and things like that, and you can watch the boats in the water as well as the helicopters coming and going. And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of witnesses to this accident. And unfortunately, again, like I said, one of the most popular tourist attractions here in Australia. And a lot of people are sending their condolences to not only the pilots and the victims of the crash and the people who are in it. Can you imagine if you're next in line to get that helicopter ride and you're going through your orientation and you're looking outside and you see the helicopter crash in front of you? You hear of helicopter crashes where something went wrong, like up in Alaska it happens the odd time, the float planes it happens the odd time, and it's still something that people want to do. It's a thrilling experience. It's about breathtaking views of the coast and the skyline and Brisbane and wherever you're at. But you have to remember, it always comes with that risk. It always comes with something could go wrong. And this one, just to be caught on camera like it was, and just the nature of the accident is stunning a lot of people, because you expect maybe a malfunction, but you don't expect 2 helicopters to run directly into each other when taking off and landing. And you know there will be a ton of investigation here. As of right now, there are no further SeaWorld helicopter rides going out until a lot of the investigation is done, and that will be, imagined, quite closed down for quite some time to come. But I thought it important because these helicopter rides are everywhere, right? Float plane rides are everywhere. Vancouver, the float planes and helicopter rides in Vancouver is like every 10 seconds you see them flying and taking off. And it's the same in a lot of tourist destinations, a lot of cruising destinations where we head, particularly in places like Alaska. And you just want to always keep in mind that There's always something in that, and you know, bad things can happen on a zip line. Bad things can happen on a tour bus. Bad things can happen on a snorkeling expedition. We've had some tragic stories this year of things happening, and over the past few years. We had the float plane accident in Alaska. We've had the Barbados woman was attacked by a shark while scuba diving, snorkeling, I mean. We've had all kinds of horrible accidents out there, but it just, you know, I always think it's a good idea to keep people well informed that these things can happen, and to always be aware of what you're doing. And this one really kind of hit close to home here. So again, not the best news to start off the new year, but it's always good to be aware of things that we're doing out there, and that anything can happen at any given time. Should you stop going on helicopters and float planes? And no, because you can walk out your door today and get struck by a car. You can have your house can catch fire. Anything can happen anywhere in the world. You don't want to stop living your life in fear and not doing things. Because that was some of the first comments that I've seen from the crash is, I'll never go on a helicopter ever again because of this crashing. You can say that pretty much about every single thing out there. I'll never drive a car anymore when I saw that car crash, and I'll never own a house when I saw that house fire, or never live in an apartment because I saw that happen. You would live your life in complete utter chaos and fear. And so condolences go out to these families, both the pilots, both the passengers, and hope that the 6 that were brought to hospital recover fully, and we don't lose anybody else. Well, I know it's not a great story, but I hope you appreciate the news and keeping informed. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button, and maybe perhaps consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, including the good news and the bad news, we'll have to cover it all, and it's the best way to stay informed. And until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.